During the first session, I kept trying to gently nudge her back to her childhood because Catherine remembered amazingly few events from her early years. I made a mental note to consider hypnotherapy as a possible shortcut to overcome this repression. She could not remember any particular traumatic moments in her childhood that would explain the epidemic of fears in her life. As she strained and stretched her mind to remember, isolated memory fragments emerged. When she was about 5 years old, she had panicked when someone had pushed her off a diving board into a swimming pool. She said that even before that incident, however, she had never felt comfortable in water. When Catherine was 11, her mother had become severely depressed. Her mother's strange withdrawal from the family necessitated visit to the psychiatrist with ensuring electroshock treatments. These treatments had made it difficult for her mother to remember things. This experience with her mother frightened Catherine, but as her mother improved and became herself again, Catherine said that her fears dissipated. Her father had a long standing history of alcohol abuse, and sometimes Catherine's brother had to retrieve their father from the local bar. Her father's increasing alcohol consumption led to his having frequent fights with her mother, who would then become moody and withdrawn. However, Catherine viewed this as an accepted family pattern. Things were better outside the home. She dated in high school and mixed in easily with her friends, most of whom she had known for many years. However, she found it difficult to trust people, especially those outside her small circle of friends. Her religion was simple and unquestioned. She was raised to believe in traditional Catholic ideology and practices, and she had never really doubted the truthfulness and validity of her faith. She believed that if you were a good Catholic and lived properly by observing the faith and its ritual, you would be rewarded by going to heaven. If not, you would experience purgatory or hell. A patriarchal god and his son made these final decisions. I later learned that Catherine did not believe in reincarnation. In fact, she knew very little about the concept, although she had read sparingly about the Hindus. Reincarnation was an idea contrary to her upbringing and understanding. She had never read any metaphysical or occult literature, having no interest in it. She was insecure in her beliefs. After high school, Catherine completed a 2-year technical program, emerging as laboratory technician. Armed with a profession and encouraged by her brother's move to Tampa, Catherine landed a job in Miami at a large teaching hospital affiliated with the University of Miami School of Medicine. She moved to Miami in the spring of 1974 at the age of 21. Catherine's life in a small town had been easier than her life in Miami turned out to be. Yet, she was glad she had fled her family problems. During her first year in Miami, Catherine met Stewart, married, Jewish, and with 2 children. He was totally different from any other man she has ever dated. He was a successful physician, strong and aggressive. There was an irresistible chemistry between them, but their affair was rocky and tempestuous. Something about him drew out her passions and awakened her, as if she were charmed by him. As the time Catherine started therapy, her affair with Stewart was in its 6th year and very much alive, if not well. Catherine could not resist Stewart, although he treated her poorly, and she was furious at his lies, broken promises, and manipulations.